Hi class, this is Sir Raf, and for today, or for this video, I'll teach you how to think whenever you encounter nomenclature items, meaning this will be like a crash course on metacognition or thinking about the thinking process when answering or naming chemicals or writing formulas. Ayan, the vice versa. So with this, let's try to answer some exercises or sample items about nomenclature. So for the first item, which of the following chemical names is paired to its correct chemical formula? And the correct answer is here is actually letter C. Silver 1 phosphide is actually written as Ag3P in its uh, chemical formula. How do we think about this? What we need to do is, of course, eliminate and choose the correct answer. So let's see what makes the other choices wrong. For the last item, or for the last choice, lead 2 sulfide, what's wrong in there? It is the SO2 formula because we know that the chemical formula for the sulfite ion is SO3 2 minus. So that's what makes it wrong. For letter B naman, bakit siya mali? K2O is actually named as potassium oxide, not peroxide. That's why it's wrong. And for the first one, actually, HCN, we read this as hydrocyanic acid. Ayan. Therefore, letter C is the correct answer. For the next item, so the question is, what is the name of the molecular compound being asked in the search bar? You type in the search bar in Google, show me the formula of, and then after of blank, and then the Google says no. So what do you think is the molecular compound being identified? NO is nitrogen monoxide. There is one nitrogen and then one oxygen. But again, the rule for covalent compound, we only put the word mono in the second name or the second element. We don't put the prefix mono in the first element. Next, give the chemical name for CaHSO3 2. Ayan. How do we name this guy? Ca is calcium and HSO3 is bisulfite. So, uh, what kind of compound is this? First of all, that's what you need to think of whenever you encounter or when you're answering chemical nomenclature items. You only have four choices. Pwede siyang ionic, covalent, acid, or hydrates. Of course, hindi siya hydrate kasi wala naman tayo nakitang H2O na kasama. So, tanggal na yon. Next, it is also not an acid because ang rule para masabing acid, meron dapat hydrogen sa pinakaunahan ng compound. And then, we only have two choices, ionic and covalent. But for covalent, it is composed of a nonmetal bonded with another nonmetal. But as we know, calcium is a metal. And with that, we can only say that this is an ionic compound. Specifically, this is actually a ternary ionic compound. Ternary meaning we have three or more element in the chemical formula. We have calcium, hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. And ternary are usually composed by a metal and a polyatomic anion. The metal here is calcium and the polyatomic anion is bisulfite. Therefore, the rule is we just retain their original name, and when we name this chemical formula, we name it calcium bisulfite. And that's it. Next item, give the chemical name for ClF5. So what do you think the type of this compound? We see a chlorine, a nonmetal, and a fluorine, a nonmetal. Therefore, it is a covalent compound. And the only rule for covalent naming is we put prefix on depending on the amount of atom. So we have one chlorine, but it is the first element. Therefore, we don't put the word mono. We have five fluorine. Therefore, it will be chlorine pentafluoride. And that's as simple as that. Next, ayan, nag-include din ako actually sa practice game sa mga classes ng mga, ayan, playtime na mga question. Try lang natin siya sagutan. Ano kayang chemical compound daw yung tinutukoy dito sa picture? May dalawang picture ng umuubo. In English, that's cough. And ano kaya mo pong formula pag dalawang cough? That's cough 2. And that is calcium fluoride. Ayan. Another question. And symbol for, ayan, OF. Ano kaya OF? OF is oxygen monofluoride. Ayan. Actually, those type of process sinisin ko sa exercises para at least mas madaling mag-ring a bell sa utak niyo yung mga chemical formula and their actual name. For example, very long tawagin yung calcium fluoride. Pwede mo siyang isaulo as CaF2 and that's calcium fluoride. Ayan. Next, give the stock chemical name for SnNO2 parenthesis 2. Paano natin ito papangalanan? When naming stock, when giving stock name, we put Roman numeral depending on the charge of the metal. So now, first, try to think, ano kayang charge ng metal natin na SN or tin? Ayan. Ang fix when we're dealing class sa mga ionic compounds, kung una nating iisipin kung required ba tayo magsulat ng Roman numeral or not. Paano natin malalaman kung required tayo mag-stock naming or magsulat ng Roman numeral? Meron tayong mga exception lang, meaning may mga metals lang na fix and charge. Ano yung mga yon? Una, yung mga metals under group 1A tsaka group 2A, sila yung mga metals na fix yung charge. Ano yung fixed charge nila? 1AI plus 1, 2AI plus 2. Also, meron ring mga ibang metal na fixed din yung charge. For example, we have boron. Anong charge ng boron? 3 plus. We have aluminum. Anong charge ng aluminum? That's 3 plus din. We also have cadmium and zinc na merong mga fixed charges as well as silver. So yun yung ating mga common element na merong fixed charges. And the rest ng mga metal na hindi ko nabanggit sa mga iyon ay yung tinatawag nating metals with variable charges, meaning we are required to indicate their charges in the chemical name by putting Roman numeral. So, wala sa mga nabanggit ko yung tin or SN, therefore, required tayo maglagay ng Roman numeral. And pa natin malaman Roman numeral? Sa dalawang magkapares class, metal plus polyatomic anion, ang merong fixed na charge ay yung anion or polyatomic anion. And anong charge ng ating NO2 or nitrite? It is actually automatically, meron siyang fixed na -1 charge. And nag-translate ba yun pababa sa crisscross? Yes, kaya walang subscript yung SN. Therefore, ano lang gagawin natin? Iaangat lang natin yung subscript na to ng NO2. Therefore, yun yung charge ng tin, SN2+. Kaya siya nung bumaba sa crisscross naging subscript na 2. And anong charge ng ating tin here? It is 2 plus. Therefore, the name is, try to think, the name is, correct, it is tin 2 nitrate, as simple as that. Next, give the chemical formula for mercuric sulfide. So actually, another mention, actually yung mercury is a special metal na merong variable charge. Bakit special? Kasi actually yung dalawang version niya ay parehas ng charge. Parehas siyang 2 plus. Hg2 plus. Yung isa, ano yung isa kung 2 plus din siya? Ang pinagkaiba, yung mercurous natin or yung lower version, siya yung Hg2 plus. Ay, siya yung Hg subscript 2, 2 plus. Yun yung US or lower version, meron siyang kakabit na subscript na to sa ilalim. Pero yung higher version or yung mercuric, ayon, anong yung formula niya? Hg, 2 plus lang, wala siyang subscript na 2. Therefore, with that na sinabi ko, ano kayang formula natin for mercuric sulfide? Try to think. Ayan, correct. It will be HGS. Bakit? Kasi nga kapag mercury, yun yung walang subscript na to na Hg or mercury ion. 2 plus, Hg2 plus, and anong charge na ating sulfur? It is fixed na 2 minus. So kapag nag-twist ka silang dalawa, anong mangyayari? Magka-cancel out lang yung dalawang 2 and it will be just HGS. And of course, paano naman pag mercurous oxide? Meron ng subscript na to yung ating mercury ion. Therefore, Oxygen ay actually 2 minus pa rin. So magpalitan, mawawala yung mga charge pero mariretain yung subscript na to ni Mercury. So that will be Hg2O. Ayan. Next, give the classical chemical name for Febro32 or FeBrO3, parenthesis 2. When we say classical naming, ito nga na nga yung us or ik. Ang una natin isipin ay ano kaya yung magiging final suffix natin for the metal? Will it be ferric or ferrous? Paano natin malalaman? I-crisscross natin pabalik ulit. Actually, ang fixed charge dyan ay yung ano yan? That's bromate, BrO3. And that's -1 lagi ang kanilang charge. Nag-reflect ba yun sa Fe? Yes, kaya walang subscript sa Fe dito. Ngayon, ang subscript naman ni bromate ay 2. Therefore, ang charge dito ni Fe ay 2 plus. And is 2 plus the lower or higher version? Actually, it is the lower version or lower charge of the iron kasi meron din tayong higher charge which is the Fe3 plus or iron 3 plus. Therefore, considering na lower charge yung iron natin dito, we'll name it ferrous bromate. Ayan. Laro question ulit tayo. Kilala niyo ba to mga bata? This actually, ayan, na character sa bubble gang, tatalino. So for example, Tata Blank daw, sinulit siya, siya si Tata Lino. Meron tayong tatlong Lino. That's Lino 3. And Lino 3 is what? It is lithium nitrate. Ayan. Another way for you to remember a common chemical compound such as lithium nitrate, it is Lino 3 para mabilis bigkasin. Next, ano naman daw kayang polyatomic ion yung in-indicate sa picture? Meron tayong tatlong aso. Ayan. Aso, 3. And ano yung aso 3 sa ating mga polyatomic ions? That's arsenite. Ayan. Next, give the stoichemical name for COCl3.7H2O. So obviously, natin kailangan mag-isip. Pag may nakita tayong kakabit na H2O, that's anhydrate. And paano siya i-name? Name lang natin na yung compound and then kabit lang natin yung pangalan ng hydrate or ng water. So COCl3, again, anong klaseng compound to? It is an ionic compound kasi meron tayong metal at non-metal. Metal si cobalt, non-metal si Cl. Second thing, kapag nalaman na natin ionic siya, isipin agad natin kung required ba tayo magsulat ng Roman numeral or not. Kahit pa, for example, sa item sa problem, wala namang sinabi na mag-stock chemical name. Dapat alam natin agad na required tayo mag-stock kapag siya ay variable charge metal. So, si CO ba nandun sa mga exception na sinabi ko kanina? Wala siya doon. Therefore, it is a metal with variable charge. Therefore, required tayo magsulat ng Roman numeral. And ano kayang charge niya? Sa COCl3, kasi yan, sa compound na yan, actually, ang may fixed charge ay si chlorine. And it has a fixed charge of -1 dahil siya ay nasa group number 7A. Meaning, isa na lang kulang, 8 na or stable na. Kaya -1. Ayan. So, nag-reflect ba yun sa baba ng cobalt? Yes, kaya 1 lang yung subscript niya or di na nilalagay yung 1, di ba? Therefore, papatasin na natin si 3 and yun yung charge ng ating cobalt. And therefore, we have here cobalt 3 plus. So, ano magiging pangalan niya? That's cobalt 3 chloride. And then, sorry. And then we have 7H2O and 7 as prefix will be translated as hepta. So as a whole, ano pangalan? Try to think. It will be cobalt 3 chloride heptahydrate. Correct. Yeah. Next, give the chemical name for S2Cl2. Very basic item. Meron tayong sulfur, a non-metal, and chlorine, a non-metal. So ano kaya ang uring compound to? It is a covalent compound. And ang rule na natin pag covalent compound ay nag-indicate ng prefix at naglalagay ng IDE sa dulo. So this will be named as dalawang sulfur, so di-sulfur, and dalawang chlorine plus IDE sa dulo. Therefore, disulfur dichloride. And that's it. Next, give the chemical formula for potassium hypochlorite. Ayan. So, babaliktad na, no, di na tayo magpapangalan. We now give the chemical formula. Una, isipin natin, anong uri ng compound to? We have potassium and the hypochlorite. That's a metal plus a polyatomic ion, therefore, or an ion. Therefore, it is an ionic compound. And pag ternary siya, no, kasi may polyatomic, meaning maraming elements involved. And pag ganun, di ba, nire-retain lang yung name, meaning may fixed silang formula. So ano bang fixed formula ng ating potassium? That's K or K plus, yung charge niya ay plus 1. Ano bang formula for hypochlorite? Pag may hypo, automatic, isa lang yung kakabit ng oxygen. And that's chlorine, so Cl, and this ang oxygen, ClO. And try to remember yung mga hypochlorite, chloride, chlorate, and then perchlorate, they all have negative 1 charge. So, K plus 1 and then ClO minus 1. Kapag nag-crisscross, maka-cancel out yung 1 na magnitude. It will just be KClO. And that's it. Next, give the chemical formula for chlorous acid. So obviously, acid yun yung name kasi nasa pangalan na yung word na acid. So ang isipin na lang natin una, kung siya ba ay binary or oxyacid. Pero may nakita na tayong word na "-ous" or suffix na "-ous". Therefore, cancel na natin agad yung binary. Kasi automatic pag may "-ous" or "-ik", that's automatically an oxyacid. And ano ulit pala tandaan natin? Ait-us, ait-ik. Kapag "-us" siya, nanggaling siya sa ait. Kapag "-ik" siya, nanggaling siya sa ait. And therefore, since this is "-us", siya ay nanggaling sa chlorite, hindi chloride. Sa chlorite siya nanggaling. And anong formula ng ating chloride? That's ClO2 minus. Also remember class, kapag mga chlorate, chloride, perchlorate, hypochlorite, nabanggit ko kanina, di ba? They are negative 1 in charge. And pag acid, anong automatic dapat meron? Meron siya dapat automatic H sa harapan. And anong charge na H natin? Hydrogen, that's positive 1. So kapag kriniskas, ano kayang chemical formula? Try to think. This will be magkikrisis lang yung H plus tsaka ClO 2 minus, and that will be HClO2. Ganun na siya kasimple. Not hypochlorous, chlorous acid. Next, laro question ulit. Meron tayong apat na baso. Ano kaya to? Apat na baso, that's baso 4. And usually, ganun ko siya tinatry i-remember. And that's barium sulfate. Para mabilis siyang kumapit sa utak. Baso 4, barium sulfate. And meron tayong tatlong nano, therefore nano 3. And paano ko yun tinatandaan? Tinatandaan ko siya for what? For a chemical compound named sodium nitrate or nano 3. Ayan. So, back tayo sa mga serious question. Referring to the picture, what will be the chemical name for HiO4? So, ano kaya to compound? Is it an ionic compound? Obviously, hindi. Kasi yung hydrogen natin, hindi naman siya metal. It is a non-metal. Next, is it a covalent compound? Hindi rin. Kasi kahit non-metal si hydrogen, yung IO4 natin, hindi naman siya non-metal. It is a polyatomic anion. Obviously, hindi siya hydrate kasi wala naman siyang kakabit na tubig. And therefore, it is an acid. So, pag acid, obviously, hindi yan binary kasi tatlong element agad nakita natin, di ba? So, it is an oxyacid kasi nga may oxygen. And anong pangalan daw na IO4 natin, ng ating anion? It is periodate. So again, 8 us, 8-ik. So kapag 8 nagiging ik. So ano pangalan niya? From periodate, magiging periodic. Periodic acid. And that's how we'll name it. And simple as that. Next, give the chemical formula for bismuth 3 arsenate. Actually, alam na natin agad na ano siya. It is a, what? It is an ionic compound. Kasi meron tayong metal, which is yung bismuth. And madali na yan actually kasi, sorry. Kasi meron na siyang charge. Bakit? Bismuth 3 meaning ang charge na ating bismuth ay plus 3. And anong charge na ating arsenate sa list of polyatomic anions? It is 3 minus naman. So 3 plus 3 minus, cancel out yung magnitude. Wala nang kailangang i-subscript. So kakabit lang natin yung chemical symbol ng bismuth tsaka ng arsenate. So that will be BiASO4 or BiASO4. Ayan. Give the chemical formula for nickelus permanganate. Ayan. Ano yung nickelus? It came from the word nickel. It is a metal. Therefore, it is an ionic compound. Pag nickelus, gumagamit ng ano, mataas or mababang charge? Mababang charge. Therefore, ano kayong gagamitin kong formula? Try to think. Ayan. Ang naisip nyo, we'll use nickel 2 plus. Kasi may dalawang version yung nickel. It has nickel 2 plus, meron ding nickel 3 plus. Pero since siya ay nickel loose, gamitin natin yung mas mababa. So, nickel Ni 2 plus. Si permanganate naman, ang chemical formula niya, nakikita naman to sa periodic table, it is MnO4. And then yung kanyang charge ay -1. Try to remember din lahat ng manganate, manganite, hypomanganite, and manganate, permanganate, sila ay mga -1. So, pag nagpalitan yung -1 tsaka 2 plus, syempre magkakaroon na ng subscript, no? Ni, parenthesis, permanganate natin ay MnO4, pero may 2 plus kay nickel na mabababa sa magiging Ni, parenthesis, MnO4, then subscript na 2. That will be our chemical formula. Next. Give the chemical formula for ammonium dihydrogen phosphate. Question, do you think this is an ionic compound, covalent, acid, or hydrate? Try to think. Obviously, uh this is not a this is not an acid. This is not also an hydrate. And hindi rin siya covalent compound. Therefore, ang choice na natin, ano siya? Isa siyang ionic compound. Sir, wala naman po nakikita ang metal and non-metal. Actually, class, ang ionic compound, hindi na siya nesasaring metal plus non-metal. Minsan siya rin ay polyatomic cation plus polyatomic anion. Basta opposite yung charge nila. That's an ionic compound. So, ang polyatomic cation natin dyan ay yung ammonium. Ang formula niya ay NH4 and charge niya ay +1. This is in your this can be found in your periodic table. Next, saan sa periodic table? Sa baba. Sige, try hanapin. Ayan, nakita ba? And dihydrogen phosphate, huwag malilito class na porket may dihydrogen tas phosphate, naisip nyo, hiwala yun na parang dihydrogen nag-prefix sa covalent. Actually, dihydrogen phosphate as a whole is a name of a polyatomic anion naman. And meron din yung specific formula. Ang formula niya ay H2PO4 at ang charge niya ay -1. So, +1, -1 pag nagpalitan, walang subscript, makakancel out yung 1. Therefore, anong formula niya? Magkakabitin lang natin yun and that will be NH4H2PO4. Ayan. Sorry. Next. Number 17. Give the chemical formula for ammonium oxalate monohydrate. So obviously this anhydrate kasi may monohydrate na sa dulo. Pero anong uri ng compound yung ammonium oxalate? Again, that is also an ionic compound consisting of polyatomic cation and polyatomic anion. Yung cation natin ay si ammonium. Again, that is NH4 plus. And yung oxalate natin, anong formula niya? It is C2O4 2 minus. So pag nagpalitan, ano mangyayari? Plus monohydrate, try to think. Ayan. What did you came up with? What did you come up with? Ang tamang sagot ay, that will be NH4 2 C2O4. But may substitute na to sa NH4 kasi nga may 2 minus na charge si oxalate na bababa sa kanya. Pero ba't si oxalate walang subscript kasi +1 lang si NH4? Bakit plus dot H2O lang kasi monohydrate? So no need to write the number 1 kasi nga mono lang naman siya, isa lang naman. Next, there's something wrong with the chemical formula of ammonium dichromate below. What is it? Try to think. Ayan, ano kayong mali? Try to remember, class. Mga polyatomic anions ng chromium like dichromate and chromate, sila ay mga 2 minus. Cr2O7 2 minus or CrO4 2 minus. Para sin 2 minus. So, dapat may bababa na subscript na 2. Kaya anong mali dyan? Walang bumaba na subscript na 2. Kaya dapat meron subscript na 2 si ammonium. Yun lang. Next. Given that antimony ions exist as Sb3 plus and Sb5 plus, give the chemical formula for antimonous oxide. I'll give you 5 seconds. Try to think. Ayan, ano kaya? Antimonus, no, meaning yung mas mababa. And nandiyan na nga yung choices, 3 plus or 5 plus. So, pipili natin syempre yung mas mababa, which is SB 3 plus. And, ano daw kapartner niya? Oxide. Oxygen ay fixed na 2 minus. So, pag nagpalitan, pagpapalitin mo lang yung kanilang charge or yung kanilang number, magiging SB2 and then O3. Ganun lang siya. And then, ang uling compound to it is A or it is an ionic compound. Next. Give the chemical formula for plumbous arsenate. Plumbous. So, galing sa lead or Pb. Ano kayang charge? Ayan, tama. Ang ating lead ay meron dalawang version. Meron tayong lead 2 and meron tayong lead 4. Since plumbous, pipili natin yung lead 2. Ang arsenate natin, as 4 yon and 3 minus. Ano mangyari? Magpapalitan lang sila. So, magiging Pb 3. Bababa yung 3 minus ng arsenate. Parenthesis, arsenate, and then 2. Bababa naman yung 2 plus ng PB. Next. Ayan. Paano naman kaya? Give the chemical formula for phosphorus acid. Acid. And then, may nakita tayong suffix na us. Therefore, siya ay isang oxyacid. And ano ulit yun? Ait us, ate ik. Pag us nanggaling sa ait. Therefore, nanggaling siya sa phosphite. And ang ating formula for phosphite ay PO3, 3 minus. And pag acid, lagi siya may kasamang H plus sa harapan. H plus, tsaka PO3, 3 minus. Pag na-criss-cross, di lang siya HPO3. Magiging H3 PO3 kasi merong 3 minus mula sa phosphite na bababa magiging subscript ng hydrogen. And that's it. Next, what is the classical name for COF3 or COF3? Pag-isimalan dyan kung cobaltic or cobaltose. Pero ano bang charge dito ni cobalt? Si fluorine, fixing charge siya na -1. Nag-translate ba pababa? Yes, kaya walang subscript si cobalt. Therefore, iaangat mo lang din yung 3. And ang charge ni cobalt here ay 3 plus. Actually, 3 plus is the higher version kasi ang dalawang version ng cobalt ay cobalt 2 tsaka cobalt 3. Therefore, since higher version siya, this will be named as cobaltic fluoride. Cobaltic fluoride. Yan. Next, last three items. What is the chemical name for H3N? This is actually a very critical type of question. Kasi una, is it an ionic compound? No, kasi ang hydrogen and metals, hindi agad siya ionic. Hindi rin siya hydrate kasi wala siyang kakabit na H2O. Pero pwede ba itong covalent compound? Actually, yes. Kasi parehas ng metal yung hydrogen at nitrogen. Pwede rin kaya to as acid? Actually, pwede rin. Kasi hydrogen plus a non-metal is an acid din. So, dalawang way ko siya pwedeng pangalanan. Kung papangalanan ko siya as a covalent compound, anong pangalan niya? Meron tayong tatlong hydrogen. So, that's trihydrogen. And meron akong isang nitrogen. So, trihydrogen mononitride. Kapag naman acid, anong uri ng acid to? Dalawang element na nakita ko. It is a binary acid. Hindi siya oxyacid kasi wala naman tayo nakitang oxygen. It is a binary acid. So kapag binary, paano yung naming? Laging may hydro sa unahan. Root word ay nitric. Anit kasi nitrogen. And then ik yung duluhan lagi pag binary. So hydronitric acid. So we can name this both. Pwede siyang hydronitric acid, pwede rin siyang trihydrogen mononitride. Ayun. Next, what is the chemical formula for vanadium or vanadium hypoiodide sesquihydrate? Mahaba lang siya pero this actually an easy one kasi nandiyan na rin yung charge ni vanadium or vanadium. It is V5 plus. 5 daw yung charge niya. Ano yung formula for hypoiodide? Makita naman yun sa ilalim ng periodic table. Hypo meaning isa lang yung kakabit na oxygen. So that's IO. And tulad ng chlorine and bromine class na mga polyatomic anions, sila ang mga iodine na polyatomic like hypoiodide, iodate, iodide, and periodide sila ay mga -1 din yung charge. So that will be V plus 5 or 5 plus. Magkikris ka sa IO na -1. So ano magiging formula nila? Magiging V, parenthesis muna bago mag-IO. And then, nandoon sa buong parenthesis yung subscript na 5. That's very important. But 1.5 H2O kasi 1.5 kapag sesqui. Ayan, ang ating prefix. So, Saskihydrate ay 1.5H2. And that's it. Now, for the last item, what is the chemical name for MnO dot 1 half H2O? Sige, try to think. Again, anong uri ng compound sa MnO? Meron tayong magnesium, it is a metal, therefore, and oxygen is a non-metal. So ano siya? It is an ionic compound. Unang isipin pag ionic compound kung maglalagay ba tayo ng Roman numeral or not. Maglalagay ba tayo? Actually, yes. Kasi ang manganese ay wala sa exception na binanggit ko kanina. Under din siya ng transition metal. Therefore, isa siyang metal na may variable charge. Ayan. Paano ko malalaman ngayon yung charge niya dito sa chemical compound? Babalik ko lang yung criss-cross. Ano bang charge, fixed charge ni oxygen? 2 minus. Pero nag-translate ba yun pababa sa subscript? Hindi, no? Meaning na-cancel out siya. Therefore, ano rin dapat charge ni Mn kung hindi naman magkakaroon ng subscript parehas? Dapat 2 plus din si Mn or manganese. Therefore, that will be, ay, magnesium na sabi ko na, that's manganese, Mn. Therefore, that will be manganese 2 plus and then oxygen 2 minus. And anong 1 half? Wala namang 1 half na prefix, no? Translate lang natin, magiging 0.5 yung 1 half, obviously, sa math. And 0.5 is named as kalahati, hemi. And that will be ano ulit charge ni manganese? It is 2 plus. So manganese 2 oxide hemihydrate. And that concludes our practice exercises as well as a bit of crash course on metacognition or thinking about your thinking process. So ayun class, hopefully you've had some takeaways during this online review lecture or review session. Hopefully din kapag nagsasagot ng assessment on nomenclature, that's how you process your thinking. Bago kayo magbigay ng name na nag-a-appeal sa intuition, try muna natin silang una i-classify kung anong uri ng compound, pangalawa i-classify into their more specific type, like ionic na may mga specific type pa, and then apply the rules under those types. And try to find some tricks din kung paano nyo ma-familiarize yung sarili nyo sa mga chemical symbol as well as sa mga symbol ng mga polyatomic ions and most importantly sa kanilang mga charges. And that's all for the nomenclature. Ayan, good luck sa inyo assessment. Thank you.